What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be installing a fuel filter on a 97 Ford Ranger with the 4.0. So step number one is to locate where that fuel filter goes on the truck. And we just so happen to know that it's actually on the frame rail underneath the truck on this side. So step number one to replacing fuel filter is to find the fuel relay or fuel pump fuse, which should be in here. So pull the fuse. After you pull the fuse, start the engine and let it run, and then it'll run out of fuel. That way you don't have fuel in the line, or the amount you do have is very minimal. So, like I said, step one is to remove the fuel pump fuse, which happens to be this one on this truck. So pull that out, set it off to the side or inside the box, and then my buddy's going to start the truck and let it run out of fuel. He's going to turn it over again. And again. And now there's no more fuel in the system. Step two, jack the truck up. So we're going to chock the rear tires and then jack the truck up. Alright guys, so here's the fuel filter. To remove this fuel filter on this particular truck, you remove this clip. You just grab it, pull it out with some needle nose pliers. On this front side, it's got this that holds it in. So you just take like a flathead screwdriver, put it inside this slot, and pop it up, and then both lines should pull off. So that one pulls this way, this one pulls back, and then the fuel filter pops out of this holder it's in. It's in a little cradle. He's going to pull that clip out. Going to grab a hold of it with some needle nose pliers. Pull the clip out.
Okay.
And then be careful, there might be some fuel still in the line. So don't lay under it. Make sure you roll it out of the way. Even though we bled the line, we kind of purged it. And make sure you pull the clip all the way out. But we kind of purged the line. There still might be a little bit left in there because the fuel filter holds up. Alright guys, so we got the line off. It's going to drip a little bit. So make sure you got a catch can down here. Let it drain. See how much comes out, not much. And as soon as that stops draining, we're going to take the front clip off. So once it stops dripping, what you're going to do is, first things first, you need to get yourselves one of these tools. And I will leave a link in the description where you can get one. It's once you remove this clip, and what you're going to do is put a screwdriver inside this slot, pop the front up here, pop that front up, and then it'll slide back, and I'll show you what I mean. And then once you get that clip off, you got to use this tool, and I'll show you how to use that tool. Pop that clip up, and then push it back, and then it'll come off. And now the clip's off, and then you got to get this tool. I'll show you how to use the tool. Okay, so to use this tool, what you do is you got this, and you just slide it this direction. You want in that direction. Push it over the line. Once you get it over the line, like that, you're going to push it forward. And it might be kind of tight, but you need to push it forward, all the way forward, as far as it'll go. Because it's got little clamps inside the fuel line. And once you press it forward, you can pull the fuel filter off. Okay, so once you got it pressed in as far as it'll go, you just pull the line off. Well, you pull it off. No, you want to push the line off. And a little bit of fuel might come out. So be mindful of that. Once you get that off, you're just left with the fuel filter you got to pop out. So, and we're left with a fuel filter. With the fuel filter out, what we're going to do is we're going to cut it open. And we're just going to take a look and see how bad this fuel filter was. I know the fuel that came out was pretty gross, so we're going to cut it open and see how it looks. Okay, so we got the fuel filter cut, and now we're just gonna open it and see what the filter looks like inside. And here's the filter, for anybody who doesn't know what the inside of a fuel filter looks like. So the fuel comes in from this end, and before it can go back out the other end, it gets pushed through the filter. And this filter is actually pretty gross. I mean, I would say it was time for a new one. This is a good thing we're doing it. But that's the inside of a fuel filter, for anybody who doesn't know. Yeah, don't do what my buddy just did, which is pull this line down and drip fuel into your eye, because that sucks. So, what you're going to do is go from this end and slide it in. Okay. Once you got it in place, take your front line, the line that is up toward the front of your truck, and it should just click into place. You should hear it click. Clicked. Then you're going to put your little clip back in place. So to put it back in place, you're going to start, like flip the right way. It's got a lock on one end, which is this back end has a lock. So it slides over the line, press it forward, and lock it in. And it's now locked in place. For the back one, back here, you take your fuel line, put it over the new filter, press it as far forward as you can, and you take a new clip right here, which is supplied with your fuel filter whenever you purchase your fuel filter, and you're just going to push it right through. So you got to start one edge. So start one edge, walk it around, and then push it over. And then push it all the way in. And once it's in, that's it. Fuel filter is installed. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the key on and check for any leaks. Make sure there's no leaks down here. So to check for leaks, you're going to want to put your fuel pump fuse back in. We took this out earlier. Make sure you put this back in. Otherwise you won't have any fuel pressure going through your line. So put that back in. Close that back up. Get into the truck and turn the key on. Alright, so what I'm going to have is my buddy turn the key on while I'm down here and just check for any fuel leaks. You'll hear it run through the fuel line. And he's going to cycle the key a few times. He's going to cycle it off and back on, just to make sure that the fuel is running through the fuel filter. And I don't see any fuel leaks down here. So, I think we're done down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up top, and he's going to start the truck and let it run for a minute and make sure that the fuel pressure is right. Alright, so now the last step is to start the truck and make sure it runs and it doesn't misfire and it's getting the right fuel. And it's running. It's running smooth. Which means fuel filter is now replaced. If you guys found this video helpful, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. When you do subscribe, make sure you click that bell notification. As always guys, hopefully you're having a great day. Catch you in the next video.